fast to www.pastorpaulgold.com. Hey, have you taken a good look at the banks lately? On the surface, everything seems fine, but there's a whole lot more going on underneath. It's like looking under the hood of a car and finding a mess of broken wires and parts. The parts are loans for homes, cars, and those credit cards we all use. They're hitting record highs. It's kind of scary when you think about it. Why risk your money for a tiny 5% return when things are so shaky? This is where Noble Gold Investment can come in and help. They're like that friend who knows all about keeping money safe. They suggest gold and silver, oldies but goodies in the finance world. Plus, they got a sweet deal on this right here. 1/4 of an ounce gold standard coin. They'll give this to you for this month. 1/4 of an ounce of gold. Pretty cool, right? Well, if you're curious, just give them a call at 877-646-5347. It's just a chat, no pressure, and they'll help you figure out if gold and silver is right for you. Go visit them at www.pastorpaulgold.com and take the first steps toward a safer financial future.
Last autumn, Iran's Navy commander declared in a televised broadcast that the regime claims ownership of Antarctica and intends to establish a military presence in the South Pole. Quote, "We have property rights in the South Pole. We have a plan to raise our flag there and carry out military and scientific work," Iranian Navy Commander Rear Admiral Shahram Arani said in late September, according to a translation by the Washington, D.C.-based Middle East Media Research Institute. Iran's naval provocations are gaining renewed focus in the aftermath of Iranian-backed militias killing 3 U.S. soldiers in Jordan last month. A spokesperson for the U.S. State Department was questioned about whether the recent decision to unfreeze $6 billion in Iranian funds held in Qatar could potentially be utilized by Iran to establish a base in Antarctica. Quote, "No, Iran's funds held in Qatar may not be used for any activities in Antarctica," the spokesperson said. Quote, "Those funds can only be used to purchase humanitarian goods, meaning food, medicine, medical devices, and agricultural products." Despite the increasing aggressiveness of the clerical regime in the Middle East and globally, the Biden administration released $6 billion in sanctions relief to Tehran's rulers, Fox 5 Atlanta reported. This occurred prior to the Iran-backed Hamas massacre on October the 7th, where 1,200 people were killed in southern Israel. It is noteworthy that Hamas also targeted and killed over 30 Americans during its invasion of Israel. The Iranian president, Ibrahim Raisi, sanctioned by former President Trump for his involvement in massacres of Iranian dissidents and protesters, contested the Biden administration's restrictions on the use of the $6 billion. Raisi openly challenged Biden's White House, asserting that his regime will deploy the substantial cash infusion, quote, "wherever we need it." A proposed bill progressing through the legislative process in the state of Tennessee has the potential to restrict the sale of cold beer in that state. According to its summary on the state website, SB 2636, quote, "prohibits a beer permittee from selling at retail refrigerated or cold beer." It passed 2 votes in the Senate and was referred to a committee, The Hill has reported. It was introduced on January 31st by Tennessee Senator Paul Rose and Representative Ron Grant, who represent regions of West Tennessee near the Memphis area, and the bill aims to address the issue of DUI-related fatal crashes. According to the Tennessee Department of Transportation, 1 in 3 fatal crashes involves a DUI. Gant expressed that the proposed measure would act as a deterrent for individuals contemplating consuming alcohol while driving, acknowledging that while it may not completely solve the problem, It would reduce the ready availability of alcohol in such situations. Beneath an unforgiving sun that could rival a barbecue's scorching heat, archaeologists meticulously scanned the rugged terrain of a mountain landscape in Oman. As far as the eye could see, the landscape was dominated by rocks, ranging from minuscule to massive, presenting hues of brown, gray, and dull red brown. Yet amidst this seemingly arid expanse, the mountains harbored numerous secrets, dozens of them to be precise. This archaeological expedition unfolded in the Pkwy Valley, forming part of an extensive research initiative conducted by the Polish Center of Mediterranean Archaeology at the University of Warsaw, as outlined in a news release on February the 12th. Over the course of the past year, the surveys conducted by the archaeologists unveiled more than 50 sets of ruins dispersed across 10 ancient settlements, the Miami Herald is reporting. These ruins, spanning an age range from approximately 2,300 to over 4,000 years old, showcase the historical richness of the region. The oldest among them were stone towers and tombs dating back to the early Bronze Age, a period commonly referred to as the Unearthed period, spanning from 2600 BC to 2000 BC, and this is according to the archaeologist.